There it is. All right, Clair Obscure Expedition 33 review. Here we go. This game absolutely is one of a kind. I think this game's going to leave a lasting mark on games going forward. This is an incredible game, incredible story, incredible characters. It's visually striking. It just tells a wonderful story. Very, very bittersweet story all the way through. And very ethereal, the narrative. Okay, let's get into it though. Story and characters. Oh my goodness. I'm not much of a story guy. As you can see, my multiplier for story is only 2x, right? It's the lowest in the totem pole. But this game got me, you guys. This game actually got me. I found myself just engrossed in the cutscenes, not really wanting to kind of skip it, collecting all the little collectibles to kind of build the lore out. So I was absolutely in this story. Loved it. The characters were fantastic and very memorable. You know, Verso, Gustave, and Maël, their relationship. I like the family, Renoir, and all of them. So they were all great. This is about as top notch as you can get for story and characters. They put a lot of time and energy into every bit of it, and you can tell. So that's absolutely going to be a 5. That's a 5 there. Music and audio. This soundtrack has basically been on repeat on my Spotify since I started playing this game. Every single song is extraordinary. And it captures the essence of the world perfectly. Like, none of the songs are too happy. There's always an underlying sense of sadness or melancholy in the music, which I think parallels the world very well, which, you know, you can only live to so long. So everybody is looking death right in the eye. Nobody can die naturally, and they're just kind of waiting to die and trying to make the best of it while they can. And the music captures that very well. So that's a 5. That's an easy 5 right there. Graphics and visuals. The visuals in this game are very striking. Just the whole surreal nature of everything kind of just being real floaty and kind of almost smeared like it's a painting. So it really lends itself to have a real big impact on you when you finally beat the game and kind of figure out what was going on the whole time. So it's such a beautiful game, such an absolutely beautiful, beautiful game. Whether you're in the overworld or each individual map, they all look so unique and different. The characters are so just interestingly designed. I'm thinking characters like Monoko, the Gestrels, Esquier. So very visually striking game. This is a 5, you guys. This is absolutely a 5. So it looks like we're getting to a perfect game here, but not quite, because these last two, which coincidentally are the most important to me, 5 times multiplier and a 6 times multiplier. This is where I think the game, I don't want to say falters, because it's not like, it doesn't like take a fall or anything, but it definitely, this is where it has some room for improvement, I think. Level design. I played this whole game the first time through without a mini map, looking at a mini map, and it was a pain in the butt. You guys, I got so turned around in the levels. It was really obnoxious trying to get through some of the levels. I wanted to explore, but just being overwhelmed sometimes prevented me from exploring. I just got tunnel vision a lot of the times when I was playing through the game. So the second time through, this time through, I played it with the mini map open. It was much easier to navigate with a mini map, but even still, it was sometimes I got turned around. I wish it just had a small map icon on the bottom with a, you know, a little directional kind of an arrow showing the direction you're going. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. It didn't make the game any better not having that. It made it easier to get lost, which I don't like at all. I'm very much attention to detail, check every little nook and cranny as I wander around the map. And I don't want that feeling of being lost in a game like this where there's so many collectibles to be had. So I did not appreciate not having a map. But everywhere else, so I mean, if they had a map, the level design would be on point. If they had a map, that would all not really come into question. It's that damn mini map. So I'm actually going to drop this down to I'm going to go 4.75 because I think that's a relatively easy fix. Just include a mini map and have it show how you're traversing. Maybe even a little fog of war where as you travel, you open up more and more of the map. That would go a long way. It would make me feel a lot more, it'd give me a better feeling of accomplishment as I kind of navigated around the map and unlocked every little corner of it. So I really wish they included that, but they didn't. And the gameplay. I like the gameplay right up front. As soon as you start playing the game, I think the gameplay is on point. I really like the battle system. I like the free aim. I like the Pictos. I like the Luminos. I like all that kind of stuff. I do feel like Like every single one of the characters has such a strange ability to kind of figure out. And for people who are really hardcore into RPGs, that's not going to be an issue for them. They're probably going to enjoy that. For me, that was a bit of a drop because it takes me in my brain and the way my brain works, it takes me a long time to kind of build around a character like that. And that's time away from other things that I could be enjoying in the game. So that's not necessarily where I want to spend all my time and all my brain power into trying to figure out the quirks of each character, like Sayel with her cards and stacking them. That was, I don't know. I was kind of loosely figuring that out, collecting feet. And then like that kind of stuff just kind of, it got on me and it was a little bit overwhelming for me. So I wasn't a big fan of that for the gameplay. And as you saw in my playthrough on New Game Plus, I became way too overpowered, way overpowered. So I know they have a patch in the game now where you can kind of go in and fine tune those little things, but that's not my job. My job is not to go in and fine tune your game to make it adequately challenging. So I feel like it's too easy to become too overpowered. So I don't know how you'd fix that. Maybe either have enemies not respawn, or when they do respawn, maybe you don't get as much XP from them. I don't know how you'd fix that. So maybe something like that, but whatever. And when the battles were challenging, sometimes they got too challenging. The parries and the blocks, the frames of opportunity to parry successfully, way too short. Way too short for someone like me. I'm an old gamer. I don't have those type of bam. I don't have those type of reflexes like those kid gamers have. You know what I'm trying to say? So I had a hard time with the parry system. I had a hard time with the block system. It was rewarding when I finally got it. It just took a long time to get it. And the enemies and their attacks, some of them just seemed like they were just like making it up as they went along. Like they didn't seem to be any like rhyme or reason as to when or how or where they would hit or strike or do whatever. So I would have liked more visual indications or audio indications on when they were going to actually hit, like a little chink sound or something like that, or like a little zip sound or like a little flash of something before they strike. Some characters did, but not all characters. If they can make that more consistent as far as when an enemy is going to attack you so you can parry or dodge successfully, I think more successful dodges and parries would make this game go a long way. Because you can have it be more challenging. You can have it be a lot more challenging, but just have the parry system room for error larger and more indications of when the character is going to swing at you. Because sometimes they were just making it up as they went, it felt like. It did not seem like there was any sort of... There was no time when I felt like, oh, I figured the game out. Like, I figured this piece out. It was always like every character had its own unique way to attack. And it was just, my brain would go on overload because then you would take all the time to learn that character. And then you don't fight that type of boss very often anymore. So it was like, I wasn't a big fan of it. So I'm going to go on that one. I'm going to go 4.25 for an A. There you have it. Beautiful game. Gorgeous game. I mean, those first three, which are what I care about the least, get 5, 5, and 5. I mean, this game they put a lot of time and energy into the story, into the characters, into the music, the visuals. Even the level design, to be quite frank, they put a lot of time and energy into. It's just I wish they would have had the mini map. And then the gameplay has its issues that I wasn't a big fan of. And some people will probably be a big fan of that. I can imagine a lot of really devoted RPG players, especially maybe some of those who are into Dark Souls types games, would love this. I'm sure some people would give this a 5 straight down, 100%. And I couldn't argue that. It's such a gorgeous game. It's a great game. I think there's a lot of reason to give it 5 straight down. But for me, for the type of player that I am, I can't give it 5s all straight down. But there you have it. Very solid game. Beautiful game. I'm looking forward to playing it some more. Maybe in a year or two, I'll suddenly get a feeling that I want to play it all over again, or if there's a sequel or some DLC, I'll be excited about getting back into it. So there you have it. There's my post-stream review of Expedition 33. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, and ta-ta, Tainted Soul. All right, bye, everybody.
Too bad about Kenny. Life in the big city.